people who, and I don't know how this plays out in other countries, but I know it plays out in the United States, the UK, Australia, New Zealand. Cigarettes currently have close to, I think, 5,000 or 6,000 chemicals in it now during the manufacturing process. That started in the 80s, right before the MSAs, okay, the Master Settlement Agreement in the States, when they started making the push for lower nicotine and low tar and all these like instead of just rollies without a filter, right? A lot of people who smoked the old time cigarettes weren't exposed to as many chemicals as we were when we were smoking. Okay. So therefore I've asked this of a couple of researchers, and they kind of looked at me and said, that does make sense. Okay. Because a lot of the chemicals that were put into lower tar or to lower nicotine actually potentated nicotine in a strange kind of way. So therefore it kind of increased the addictive qualities of the cigarettes that you were smoking. Okay. Also increased the, the harm from the cigarettes, the combustion of all those chemicals. If somebody started smoking in the 50s or the 60s and they quit in the 80s, it probably was much easier for them to quit than it would have been for us, because they weren't exposed to the chemicals that we were all exposed to. And that's one of those things that always kind of trips up the anti-people when you say that to them, is like, listen, if you do find someone that was a smoker, okay, and they quit, I quit cold turkey. Yeah, when was it? Oh, 1982. Okay. But they don't want to make that acknowledgement of that differentiation of the addictive qualities and the exposures of cigarettes.
Cigarettes today are more than just tobacco, more addictive and more harmful. Do we have research which proves this?
I mean, to find out about the constituents of cigarettes, the information is out there. We had it like 7 years ago. I don't know where it is, but it's been proven that cigarettes from, like, say, 1970 versus cigarettes from 1990, the amount of additives and chemical processing that tobacco went through in order to create these low tar cigarettes, low nicotine cigarettes, the things that were included in the filter systems. Yeah, that's all out there. Cigarettes are definitely much more addictive now than they were, say, 30, 40 years ago. Absolutely. That's a known fact.